to Fantastic J Studios. We'll do the first Johnny Laing. Well, my first podcast, and also the first Johnny Laing show with you know who. Johnny Laing, okay. Let's get on over here. Low budget, I have to carry the cameraman's coffee. Okay, we'll see you guys on the show. Okay, hey everybody, welcome to the very first Johnny Laing show with you know who, your buddy, your friend, old JL, Johnny Laing. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some interviews with some local people, celebrities, some not, and beyond. I'm going to ask them some simple questions, discuss it, and then that's it. I mean, that's it. I don't know what the fuck you want me to tell you. That's it. Okay, so anyway, this week's guest, our very first guest, young man, entrepreneur, several businesses, works for a living as well, and also traveling the country. A lot of interesting things we're going to find out about James McKenney. Come on in there, buddy. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So here we are, very first guest. How does that feel? Pretty amazing, I imagine.
Right, studio's nice.
He's getting there. We're working on it. I appreciate that. As you know, I know I appreciate you, a friend of not only the Johnny Laing show with Johnny Laing, but the Fantastic Jays, and thank you for everything you're doing to get us online technically,
Right.
so we can do the things that we want to do and make the things happen that we want to make to happen. So anyway, thank you very much for all that. We're not paying you because we don't have any money. So thank you. But anyway, so a couple questions. One of the things I'm sure that a lot of people want to know about people that put it out there. I mean, you know, when you're a person that starts businesses and gets involved with businesses and finance businesses and that kind of thing, I mean, people want to know, because you got to have some balls. You got to have balls of steel. So myself, and I'm sure many people out here, they want to know what got you started in just being a guy that wants to. Obviously, I'm sure you want to make a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the plan. Yeah.
So, but what led you? What led you there? What's the deal?
So the first company I ever started was Conquer, which we're wearing right here. You got a bunch of it.
Yeah, I looked at mine, so
but so that was the first company I ever started, and actually it was completely on a whim. Me and my friend were working out at the gym, and there was this guy who kind of was doing a similar thing, but he was doing it with like supplements and stuff, and he was a football player, and you know we watch football and stuff like that. So we came up with the concept of Conquer and just ran with it.
Which is a fantastic idea, and everything we talk about here today, the links will be in the description down for YouTube. So you just want to check out everything that James was talking about. Make sure that you do. Head down there and go to the sites as we keep going on. Anyway, go ahead, James.
No, but I mean, and then the next thing I got involved in was Yokel, which it's essentially we're creating a like a digital infrastructure for local businesses. Just creating different digital tools to essentially bridge the gap between like the big conglomerate companies and local businesses.
Right. So I guess local. You're which is a great idea, and of course once you get rich off of that, you can feel comfortable in the fact that you did it by helping local.
Absolutely.
Not so. And now I know there's a couple other things going on. You care to talk about any of those
As far as
businesses?
oh yeah, I mean
I know there's some other things
Yeah,
going on. I
yeah,
mean,
there's- yeah.
not just two. I know you're not happy with just two.
right. I mean I do have we do have a roofing company in Indianapolis as well that we've been me and my partner have been working on probably since the beginning of this year, kind of when all the COVID stuff happened.
Right.
And we have essentially built that up, and that's actually the company that like pays my bills.
That's the
So-
bread and butter.
Yeah.
While you're
so-
working on these other ones.
Right. So, and then I'm also involved in another company called Plug. I took the COO position for Plug. Essentially, what we're doing with Plug is building it's very similar to like a social media site, and very similar to like a LinkedIn. But essentially, what we're trying to do is create a social media where we're putting human connection back into digital spaces, like any kind of social media space.
Gotcha. Okay, interesting. All right, next. Here you are doing all this wonderful stuff. Hopefully rich one day, because I know daggone well I better get a fucking piece of it. Okay, but that being said, what's your inspiration? What's that thing besides being rich as shit? Okay,
Right.
what's that thing that drives you to even? I mean, okay, you do have a successful business, but there's some of these that are, and I don't want to say they're not successful, but they're not where you want them to be.
Right.
Right. What's that drive?
I think especially when it comes to things like Conquer, Yokel, Plug, and just other companies that I find myself dallying. I mean, even the studio here, like it's all about creating things that help people, and that's kind of always been my drive. I feel like the one thing I've always been good at is helping people, whether that be with creating a business or just using the skills that I'm blessed with to help people or whatever. So I think, everything that I do is people driven. And that's kind of what my inspiration is behind doing anything that I do.
All right, I like that. I'm a people person myself. I like to think I am anyway. You guys let me know, okay? Anyway.
Go ahead and ask that question again.
Oh, okay. That was really tough.
Yeah. All right, now we're back.
You are fucking terrible. Okay. So anyway, I know you're working hard with the businesses and everything like that, but and obviously, spending time with family, i.e., me. So when that's not happening, when you're not busting your hump to try to make these companies a go, what are you doing? What are you doing with your time?
So one of the things that we've been doing, when I say we, I mean me and my wife, is we've been traveling a lot. So what we did, we took a school bus, a short school bus.
Did you ride those buses to school?
No.
Okay.
And converted it into a camper. So essentially, we're just traveling, and we don't have an apartment, we don't have a house, we're literally just traveling.
So you guys are involved in this bus life thing.
Yeah.
So you built, I guess you built this bus from the inside,
Correct.
as the shell was already there. What amenities? Now you're out in the desert.
Right.
You know what I mean? What amenities do you have that make it special?
So we have we've built a water system. So we have whatever that plumbing, I guess. We have a kitchenette with a sink. We have a shower.
So an apartment on wheels.
Yeah, I mean it's like a really small studio apartment on wheels.
Really small studio. Well, hey, if you were in New York, they would have really
Probably be about the same size, just a lot more expensive.
a lot more money. Probably what you paid for in a month.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So okay, well that's pretty interesting. So you plan on traveling the country?
Yeah, so we are going to be going this weekend. We're going to be going up to Salem, Massachusetts,
Okay.
and then after that, we want to make our way south and then west.
So how long are you going to be? So how long? In other words, how long are you going to be away? Are you just going to go south and then west and be gone for weeks and weeks, or are you?
It's just kind of on the fly, really. I mean, we want to make a plan, but we don't really have a plan per se.
Right. Well, yeah, you have a little bit of freedom to do what you like.
Yeah.
When you're doing your own thing.
Right.
Okay, so what did I miss? Oh, well, I think this is an interesting question of what people view themselves as far as animals are concerned. Look, all these questions can't be about fucking business. They got to be some meat on this sucker.
Right.
So, your spirit animal. What's the animal that you most relate to? Don't say pussycat.
I was gonna say a cheetah.
Well, that's a different kind of cat.
Yeah.
A cheetah. Okay. Well, what do you mean? What's the reasoning for that?
Cheetahs are super fast hunters.
Absolutely.
And they have to do a lot with very little as far as resources. Generally, they live in places that aren't there's not a lot of food around, and so they have to go find it.
Right. And cats need they need less water because their food
Right.
is
Generally.
so
Yeah.
so you got to be tough to be living out. I get you. I can see that. Are you fast?
I like to think so. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, you're not a spring chicken anymore.
Right. I guess.
I mean, if you can beat me in a race, that's not saying shit.
Right. I guess yes, I have been fast before.
Because I just wanted. So, all right. So, just a quick, fun question. Now, I in my mind can think of what the answer is. This I'm sure the same thing that I'm thinking is what DJ likes. But that being said, give me real quick. I need right off the top of your head, quick as you possibly can. I'm going to ask it. This is going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm going to go first thing that comes to your mind. So no hesitation. I need to know.
Yeah,
Okay, what are you getting for breakfast?
Eggs and bacon.
Okay, lunch,
Pizza.
dinner,
Steak and vegetables.
dessert,
Ice cream.
snack. More ice cream.
Probably.
Okay. Last thing, and last question I'm going to ask isn't going to be. I'm going to hold off on that one for a second.
Okay.
Okay. So you've been helping a lot with the studio and with the Jays and everything. So to carry on with that.
Right.
Because you are an entrepreneur and you're doing your thing. What's your vision? And I realize that you're just one of the guys that are helping us get everything that we're doing off the ground. But that being said, we're entrusting a lot of what's going on with your instinct and your knowledge and even style in certain situations. So what is your plan in your mind, or what do you see happening with the studio and the Jays? What do you see in the future, or what is your plan for the future as far as?
Right. I think I was specific, especially with this space. Creators always are looking for places to actually create, and that's just a thing. Like a lot of people are just doing it at home. I mean, you know how it goes. You're a YouTuber, so you know how it is to build this in your garage or build it in your basement.
Oh yeah. Well, this is going to be now. Originally, when we first started our YouTube channel, we just did all of our videos down at Robbie's Bar and Grill. Well, then it got cold.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're like, well, what are we going to do? So we converted to my basement, which wasn't a very big space, but we did the best we could with what we had, and we got some nice videos out. But this is going to be a whole different ball game here.
For sure.
The situation where whether we're here or not, we'll be able to have people in, to do photographers and videographers. And by the way, if anybody, and we're not finished, but if anybody needs space with limited amenities at this point, but we are available. So what else you got? What else?
I mean, I think creating different space, this is a cool space because you and me have talked about it. Like, we can essentially pack everything up and, essentially build this out to however people want it to be, for whatever creators coming in. So, like, having a space for people to create videos, or people to take photo shoots, or people to come in here and do music videos, or just record music.
Right.
There's a lot of different things that we could be doing.
When this is all said and done, the way that the team that's been helping get this together is talking, you're going to be able to do a full music video, top to bottom, walls to floor.
Yeah.
Which is going to be pretty amazing. Yeah. So, if you're interested in the green screen, you're going to have it all around. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Absolutely. And it's just going to be a really cool place to work as well. The way that we're going to have the ceiling, the way that we're going to have the floor, it's just going to be a really cool place to work with a lot of resources for people to be able to utilize.
Right, and an editing station as well. For anybody that needs that software to go ahead and edit a video and get it out real quick.
Exactly. And Wi-Fi.
And Wi-Fi, right? Well, yeah.
Right.
Gotta have the Wi-Fi. And as we go along, and as it's improved, because there's going to be great lighting and for all kind of videos, plus the lighting that we already have here and everything that we use for our own YouTube videos.
Yeah.
The J's. I am one of the J's, and I'm lucky to have this space where... Hello, my friends. If you are here now with old JL, you already know that the podcast has cut off, and I apologize. I stand by my statement earlier in the podcast, which says James McKenney is fucking terrible. That being said, we do appreciate you folks, and if you want to hear the rest of the podcast, which I'm sure you do, even though you can't hear, because he fucked it all up. But that being said, I love you, James McKenney, and I apologize for my anger. Anyway, links in the description down there. Hit them, listen to the rest, Conquer, etc., etc. You're going to see James McKenney's businesses, and we appreciate you guys. Goodbye.